Dear friends, welcome back to reading the comics The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. Okay, last time we stopped at the game which Tom the Pauper was playing with his friends outside. The game was Prince and Knights, and after that we come to the new episode. Here it is. The narrator says, Tom's dreams centered about one great aim. Aim is like a goal, a purpose, a goal. Aim. And the noun is like a purpose or intention, and we have words here that are synonyms. Objective, object, goal, end, target. All of these many times are translated into Turkish like this, with these two words. So, one great aim. He had a great aim. His dreams, big desires, dreams, centered, it's a verb to center, to be in the center. When he dreams, he is concentrated on something, he is focused on something, which we can also say his dreams center about something. So Tom's dreams centered about one great aim. Let's see what Tom says. If I could see a prince, a real one in all his finery, why, I'd be happy for the rest of my days. So, if I could see a prince, this is, in Turkish it's the same actually. It's when you use a condition, if, but what you mean is a big desire. Oh, I wish. If I could see a prince, a real one, real, not like he's playing prince, but real one in all his finery. Let's have a look at the word finery. Finery is expensive or, well, that's a difficult word, ostentatious, clothes or decoration. So, yeah, here is the Turkish translation, which is good in this case. I think he wished he could see a real prince in all his finery, all his nice clothes. Why? I'd be happy. Let me show you here. You can see I'd actually means I would. You'll see now. I'd means I would. I'd can also mean I had or I should. But in our case, in this case, it means I would be happy. I would be happy is, well, Turkish translation is wrong, of course. Well, let's see would. Okay, jaktı. Yeah, that's good. So I would be happy. I would be happy. Now I am not happy, but I would be happy if I could see him. I would be happy for the rest of my days. Let's say it shortly again. I'd be happy for the rest of my days. So let's read it fast. If I could see a prince, a real one in all his finery, why, I'd be happy for the rest of my days. Why here is not like why is it happening? Why is it so? Why is like an exclamation. Something like, wow, well, that would be great. Let's see how they explain this meaning of why here. So, why? Expressing surprise or indignation. Indignation is like when you're angry, and also it can be used to add emphasis to a response. Like, why? Why do you ask so? Why? So why is like surprise. Why? Hey, so it's surprise. But it's also like, why? I'd be happy. So it's used emphasis. Emphasis, you know what emphasis is to make it more stronger. So like, why? I tell you the truth. I'd be happy for the rest of my days. I'm sure of it. That would be fantastic. Then the narrator says on this picture, one day he went for a long walk past streets he had never seen before. So the situation is in the past. One day he, Tom, went for a long walk. So that was sometime in the past, right? It's not now. It's in the past. Tom went for a long walk. He went and he walked and walked and walked, very long walk. Past streets. In this case, past doesn't mean like past time, in the past. Past means that he was passing by. Along the streets, passing the streets. Past streets he had never seen before. You know what seen is? I have seen. I have seen means that I have in my life, I have this experience that I have seen. I've seen them. But he's talking about the past. In the past, sometime, Tom at that time could say, I have never seen. But because it's in the past, from the past to the past, he had never seen at that time. He had never seen before these streets. It's the first time in his life that he saw those streets. It was the first time in his life. Past streets, going through streets he had never seen before. And Tom said, what beautiful buildings! Why, even a prince might live here. So here why is a surprise. First he says, what beautiful buildings. Like he likes the buildings. He is amazed at the buildings. He is surprised. He says, they are so beautiful. What beautiful buildings. So it's an exclamation of a surprise. It's an expression of surprise. Why is also expression of surprise. Like why not? Well, even a prince might live here. Even is a word that means adverb. It's used to emphasize something surprising or extreme. And here is the adverb Turkish translation. Even the prince, okay, even the prince might live here. Might is a possibility. It is possible. It is possible because, such beautiful buildings, so beautiful that someone like Prince, even it's the top, king is the top and it's his son. It's the highest person. And even that person might live here. Maybe. That's what it means. Like, even the prince maybe lives here. It's better to say might live here instead of saying maybe even a prince lives here. Even a prince might live here. And what we see next is, you can see on the right a bit forward, but let's move to the left first. Then he came to the most impressive building of all, Westminster Palace. Then he came to the most impressive building of all. Of all the buildings that he saw, this building was the most impressive. So all those buildings were impressive. Impressive is like they make an impression on you. Let's look at impressive. Impressive. Admiration. Evoking admiration. It makes you admire. It makes you open your mouth and say, oh, wow, because of the size, because of the quality, because of the skill, So here is the Turkish word for it. Yeah. Okay, so the most impressive building. And that building was Westminster Palace. Well, let me write it here. I know it's a very famous building in London today. Westminster is the meeting place of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. It's in London. So actually today Westminster Palace is used as a parliament. Okay, we'll return. We don't want to go into that. So, Westminster Palace, that's it. And now he says to himself, and this castle, a prince must live here. I'm going to have a closer look. And, so he repeats and there are 3 periods, like there are 3 dots, 1, 2, 3, so 3 dots. These mean like pause, because he's so overwhelmed, he's so emotional, and this castle, because it was really impressive. So this castle, a prince must live here. Must is emphasized. It's bold and italic. You see, it's written differently. It's more thick. It's bold. And because you need to pronounce it when you read it, he said, and prince must live here. So first he said, in this case, that a prince might live here. Might, it means maybe. Must, it lives, there is no doubt, absolutely sure that the prince lives here. I am sure the prince lives here, he says. A prince must live here. I am going to have a closer look. Means I'm going to look, to walk closer and to look from there, from a closer distance. And you see there is a person here standing like a guard. A guard, somebody who is protecting, defending the gate, because it's an important gate. This is the gate. So he comes to the gate, and again he says, why? There he is. There's a real prince. So again he repeats why. Why? Because of surprise. He is surprised. And he said, there he is. There he is. There's actually there is. That's what it means. There is. There he is. There. Over there. There he is. There's a real prince. Now that's no joke. That's no game. It's not Tom playing games, pretending to be a prince. A prince, not really a prince, but just playing a prince. But this is not playing prince. This is a real prince. A real prince. Okay, so I think we should stop here for this part, and we will continue next time. If it was helpful to you, if you liked it, please leave a comment and put a like. In fact, you can write in your comments something so that you remember some of these words. So you can use the phrase like, even a prince might live here, and then you can write, a prince must live here. So if you write these two for a practice, and remember that first it means maybe, and second it means for sure, no doubt. Okay, and that will be nice. So see you in our next program. Goodbye.